Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to take you through a short hand practice that's about 30 minutes long. We're going to focus mostly into the hips with some gentle movement, some breath work, and a little surprise technique for you. And I'll go over that when we get later into the class. So today, grab a bolster or maybe a really thick pillow. If you have 2 blocks, those would be great. Otherwise, you can stack your pillows for the things we're doing today. But have something to give you a little lift and support your body today. We are going to start lying down. So if you do have any props, just scoot those off to the side. And come to lie down. All right, so up to you how you want to land here. You're welcome to full Shavasana or keep the knees bent. If you have the knees bent, you might let them fall inward for a moment. And before we move, we're just going to take a moment to come into the breath here. Maybe help us bring a little bit more control into the breath. And using the control of the breath to help us ease into a more still, slow part of our day, part of our practice. Before we do anything, just notice where your breath is at. How are you breathing? Maybe notice if that changed when you laid down. Just noticing the quality here. And then we're going to come to a square breath. So breathing in for 4, holding the breath at the top for 4, breathing out for 4, and holding at the bottom for 4. Up to you whether you want to breathe in and out through the nose and the mouth or just through the nose. Pick what feels best for you today. And I'll cue our first couple of rounds, then give us some space to breathe on our own. Let's start with a big breath in, just one big cleansing breath in through the nose. And then open the mouth, take a big sigh. And then let's begin breathing in for 4, 3, 2, 1, hold 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale 4, 3, 2, 1, hold 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale 4, 3, 2, 1, hold 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale 4, 3, 2, 1, pause 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale 4, pause, exhale 4, and pause. Inhale 4, pause, exhale 4, and pause. One more round, inhale, pause, exhale, pause. Good, big breath in. Clear it out, open mouth, exhale. Let something go here. Okay, and then from here, one at a time, pull the knees into the chest, wrap the arms around the legs. Give yourself a little squeeze into the chest here. Take a breath. Breath out. Okay, we're gonna add this breath to a little bit of movement here. So similar breath. We're gonna keep the knees up at tabletop, so 90-degree angle. If it's helpful, you can bring the arms out wide, and this will help ground you down. Okay. Press the lower back into the mat as best you can. A little sneaky core work here to get us warmed up. So we're going to take a breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to lower for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the bottom. Hover for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs come back up and hold in your tabletop for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, other side. Drop the knees for 4, 3, 2, 1. We hover for 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs come back up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 3, 2, 1. One more each side. Try to keep your shoulders down. You lower and hover for 4 breaths. Pause at the bottom. Hold for 4. Inhale 4. Bring the legs back to center. Pause at the top for 4. And exhale to the other side. Nice and slow. Pause and hover for 4 breaths. 4 counts, not 4 breaths. Inhale. Nice and slow back to center. Pause, 4 more counts. And exhale, go ahead and bring the feet back to the mat. Okay, from here, onto your right side, and then press yourself up. Okay, we're gonna keep our right shin facing the right edge of your mat. Bring your left shin off to the top edge of your mat. So we wanna create a little bit of a 90-degree angle here. Okay, and then I'm gonna take my bolster, my pillow, and I'm gonna bring it over to my right side, so outside of my right thigh. Okay, we will get to that, but it's there to support you when we are ready. Plant your right hand behind you. Bring your left arm up, find a little twist here, opening up your chest towards the left side of the room, maybe gazing back towards the left hand. And then exhale, thread the left arm under the right and take a twist to the other side. As you inhale, you twist back open, right arm comes up. And exhale, thread. 2 more. Inhale, open back up. You can really exaggerate this if you'd like. And then exhale, thread it under. 1 more. We open up. And exhale, pull it through. Good. This time we're going to hold over to the right. So options here, you can just plant the left hand if you would like and stay twisted to the right. You're welcome to stay on the palms, or you have your bolster here. If you want to lower down to the forearms, or even bring your chest all the way down to the ground. What I don't want you to sacrifice is coming down too far, and then you lose this nice opening and stretch we have going on into the lower body. Okay, so don't sacrifice the stretch for the depth or the flexibility here. And we're just going to pause for about a minute. And if it's helpful, you can come back to that square breath to help you focus, ease the mind. And try to settle into a little bit of stillness here. Okay, just a few more breaths. And then if you've lowered down, go ahead and press yourself back up. Unwind here. Before we go to the other side, lengthen your legs out in front of you. We're going to take a quick little caterpillar pose. So this is just a straight leg forward fold. You can keep your legs straight or around the spine and fold forward. Again, your prop, your pillow is here as support if you need, or your blocks. So I'm just going to take my bolster. Mine's pretty thick. You can always fold a pillow or two in half, but mine stands pretty upright. So I'm just going to stack this over my thighs and use this as just a support for my chest and my arms. Okay. If it feels okay with the neck, go ahead and let the head drop heavy. Let the spine round. Feel free to bend the knees as much as you need here. And let the hips start to become heavy in this shape. Relax the legs. Notice if you're resisting. And that's where maybe we bend the knees, or maybe we don't fold as far forward. Just looking for something really gentle here that you can relax into. One more breath. Okay, lift the chest. Let's bring the palms behind us, bend the knees, and just windshield wiper the legs left to right. Might feel nice to lift the chest a little bit, arch the spine. Okay, and then we're gonna come to deer on the other side. I'm gonna be facing you, but you're welcome to face the other side if that feels balanced to you. Okay, so your left shin will be forward, so facing one edge of your mat. And then right shin will come behind you. It'll face either the top or back edge of your mat. And again, you're looking for this nice opening here, so a 90-degree angle. Okay, the more you have space between the heel and the knee, the deeper the stretch will be here. And then I have my bolster off to the left side of my hip, okay? Plant the left hand behind you. As you inhale, bring the right arm up, reach up and back, and find that nice big twist. And then turn to the left, thread the right arm under your left. Open back up. And then thread it under. One more, two more. We did 4 on the other side, yeah. And thread it through. Last one, open it up. And thread it under. Okay, this time we're staying to the left. Plant the right hand down. Maybe this is your starting point. Okay, notice the intensity of the stretch in your hips on this side. See if you can keep that before you decide if you want to fold down any further. Okay, but if you would like, you're coming down maybe to the forearms, maybe chest all the way down. Just depending on the flexibility in your hip, just be mindful you don't lose the stretch in the lower body, the opening and the space that you're creating there. Again, just about a minute. Be heavy in the upper body. And soften into this gentle twist. All right, gonna come back up to the palms, unwind. This time, instead of our caterpillar, we're gonna come to our dragonfly. Just bringing the legs nice and wide here. And less of a hold, just a few breaths of a stretch, reaching forward between the legs. Okay. And then a little movement here, walk it over to the left. And then walk it back through center, walk it over to the right. One more each side, come through the middle, walk it to the left. And then through the middle again, over to the right. All right, come through the middle, go ahead and sit up. And then find a butterfly, feet together, knees out wide. Okay, we're about to move into a very specific stretching technique here in a moment. But what I'd like you to do to start is just notice how this butterfly shape feels to you. Maybe play around with how far you pull the heels into the chest. And just kind of checking out the space you have in your hips, where your range of motion sits. Maybe lean forward a little bit. And then sit up nice and tall. And we're going to take some spinal rolls. So let's roll the body over to the right. Bring the chest down and around. Up and back. And then over to the right. One more circle in this direction. And then take it the other way. Over to the left, down and around. All right, come through center here. You can lengthen out the legs just for a moment. So for this, if you have a block, go ahead and grab that. If not, you can use a couple pillows. I would kind of suggest you have something that's a little bit more stable. So if not pillows, maybe a couple books are stacked here. So we're going to come into a technique called Proprioceptive Neuromuscular Facilitation, PNF for short. What that means, and there's a few different techniques that you can use here. Today we're going to use a technique of PNF where we will be stretching in a resisted state. So we're using a passive stretch while the muscle is contracted against resistance, trying to kind of trick the brain or the muscles into relaxing a little bit more deeply. So we'll take this stretch, the contracted stretch, and then we'll come back into our more passive butterfly, okay? So block out in front of you. I'd start with kind of the low height here. I'm going to bring my left foot inside of the block. You can have it on the side if that feels best to you. And then put the right foot, the edge of your right foot, onto your block. You're going to want your ankle hanging off the edge of the block, or if you have a hard prop here so you're not digging the ankle into the block. All right. I'm going to plant my left hand behind me for some support. And then I'm just going to start to press into the right thigh with my right hand. So I'm pressing that right knee down, okay? And then I want you to resist your hand. So almost like you're trying to fight your hand. You're going to press the right knee back into your hand as you press the right hand back into the knee. Okay, so you're trying to lift the knee up while your hand is trying to press it down. Okay, so this is our contracted muscle. The muscle is engaging and activating. At the same time, we're trying to stretch it. Breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and relax. And then let's do all that on the other side. Swap it out. Left foot comes on top of your prop. Ankle hangs off the edge of the block. Right hand behind you for support. And just start by pressing the left knee down. Okay, and then once you feel a little stretch here, you're going to resist your hand. So again, you're trying to press or lift the left leg up while your left hand presses the knee back down towards the ground. Okay, so you should feel that whole upper part of your leg waking up here. This is a great way to kind of explore improvements in your range of motion and flexibility with consistency. So if you're doing something like this every day, keep pressing and release. All right, you can move your block aside. And then just your regular butterfly. So feet together, knees out wide. And we've already been here, so we already kind of checked out, how open we were, what our range of motion was. So this time, maybe lean a little bit more forward into this. Maybe you notice you can get the knees a little closer to the mat here. Maybe your heels come a little closer to the body. Lean slightly forward into this and relax. Just a few breaths here. Taking a pause just to notice if anything changed, and it may or may not. Just a tool to explore, to bring a little bit more awareness into the body, maybe activate some dormant muscles. All right, and then go ahead and lift up. You can bring the legs out in front of you. Give them a little shake. All right. Next position, we'll move back towards the ground. You can use, again, your pillows or your blocks here. I'm going to use my blocks. So stacking them side by side on the lowest height here. Let's do the lowest height. So you just kind of want a really stable shelf. So whatever you're using, make sure this is a little more sturdy. We're gonna lay back across these, and as we lay back, want your upper back to come to the edge of the block. So maybe like right at the base of your shoulder blades. Keep the knees bent. Bring the hands behind the head. You're gonna stay lifted here with the elbows out wide. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, find a little back bend over these blocks. Keep the elbows facing out wide, open through the chest. Good. And then inhale, draw yourself back up, kind of like an abdominal crunch, but we're looking to use a little more of the back side of the body. So coming back down, opening through the chest. And then lifting back up. So this shouldn't feel like a lot of effort here. If it does feel like a lot of effort, I want you to make the movement smaller. Okay, so this might even just be like a little rock. Moving forward today. So just kind of a little opposing movements through the spine. Take one more breath here. All right, and then lift back up just enough so you can slide your props away. There you go, and come on and lie down. All right, shake the legs out left to right. Any final movement that feels good here for you to settle in. We're getting ready to move into Shavasana. Okay, whenever you are ready, you can let go of the movement, relax the arms, the legs, and just let the body be still. Finding pause here. And then depending on how much time you have in your day, I invite you to stay, take your time here. Move slowly as you make your way out of this shape. I'll leave you here to take your time, enjoy on your own. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.